What's up, guys? I'll be live tonight over on my Twitch channel, grabbing some footage for videos to come in the next couple of days. If you guys want to come hang out and chat, I'd love to see you guys out there. Links in the top of the description below, but for now, back to the regularly scheduled content. So today was the final update for Modern Warfare in Season 3. While last week's update was a bit larger, offering a handful of things from new features to new maps, this week we round into Season 4 on a quieter note, but a note of change no less. Today I want to break down everything that you can see that has changed, what you may not have seen, and what's still to come. So that said, as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. Out of this update, is there anything in particular that grabs your interest or anything that you're hoping to see come within Season 4? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know. And as well, if you are perhaps a part of that nearly 72% of viewers who are not subscribed, do be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare and Warzone content on a daily basis, especially as we round into Season 4. This week should prove rather insightful for what's upcoming, so stay here to be in the loop with all of that. But that said, let's jump into it. Today's update, first and foremost, was simply just a playlist update, not requiring you to download any updates of any kind, unless you're on PC, to which it logs even those smaller updates in the megabyte range as downloadable additions. But other than that, on PlayStation and Xbox, you won't have to end up downloading anything major. Today's update primarily consists of playlist refreshes and then shop updates. We'll come back to a few things later in the video as well that I want to call your attention to, but as for the updates, let's start with the functional and playable changes with this week in the way of playlists. For MP, we ended up seeing that we have the playlist of Ground War, Gunfight Blueprints, Gun Game, Deathmatch Domination, Drop Zone, Shipment 24/7, and Shoot House 24/7. So your modes like Realism, Mosh Pit, Hard Hat 24/7, Cleanup on Aisle 9, and Reinfected Ground War are no longer in the game, and while some of these will be self-explanatory, some of these actually do have a few twists on them. Gunfight Blueprints isn't anything that we've really seen changed or need a rundown because we just recently saw it, but things like Gun Game, that actually had a slight alteration here to what you may be anticipating. If you're on console, you can hover over it and see the Gun Game is actually Gun Game, but on gunfight maps, which is actually rather cool. In this variation, it's the same old Gun Game mechanics and gauntlet of weapons that you'll need to complete, but on smaller maps and in a smaller player count, where you're pitted in a 1v3 situation instead of your normal sizing here, so only 4 players max. Totally honest, I actually really had a lot of fun with this one. I don't really care too much for LTMs and MP as of late, but I actually do think I'll be jumping on here for this one and trying it out a little bit while it's around for the next week. So if it does sound like something that interests you, definitely jump on here while you can for this one. Though one thing to note is that unlike standard Gun Game, it doesn't seem like you can queue with your friends here, but hilariously, after just finishing up some games on other modes with my squad of Immortal and Ink Slasher actually queued into Gun Game at the same time as I did, and what are the odds of this, but we actually got into the same lobby, to which no big deal, I had to just show him who's boss. Had to take that win on that game. But anyways, jokes aside and moving along though, Deathmatch Domination was also reintroduced here for this one, a mode that I'm actually pretty fond of, counting points for both objective capture time and also each kill granted in the game, allowing for kind of a hybrid of ways to play the game. The objective players can thrive, and as well, the slayers can also thrive. This isn't the first time that we've seen it in Modern Warfare, and hopefully it isn't the last, because I do find it quite fun, but this one was introduced here with this update as well. Drop Zone also makes a return once again to round out Season 3, seeing you in the Hardpoint-esque match with 0 kill streaks by design on your person, but instead only being accessible by random drops for capturing the Drop Zone. Drop Zone in this game is kind of hit or miss with me. I feel like some of my games I'm either stomping or getting stomped, or it's a very fast-paced game or incredibly slow, so I guess it kind of is a toss-up depending on what map you're playing in the lobby you end up getting, but that's there for you to play around with as well. But then we have a really cool playlist addition in terms of Shipment 24/7 and Shoot House 24/7, something the community has been asking for since literally, I think it was week 2 of the game being out. Of course, Shipment wasn't introduced until a little bit later, but the Don't Remove Shoot House 24/7 gang was definitely on that boat for, I think, all the way back since its introduction in week 2. But anyways, definitely nice that you have both of these on hand this week. Both of the grind-worthy maps in their own respective playlists, so no need to lobby surf for different maps, or if the queue isn't right, you have to restart your queue. Honestly, it's great for those that need to complete your officer challenges. I know I'm definitely going to be grinding out Shipment 24/7 here with this to try and finish some stuff up, but fantastic for those who like both and maybe don't want to just have a 50-50 chance of it. So go crazy with that one. On the Warzone side of things, we actually didn't have any new additions. We ended up seeing that Blood Money Quads was removed, and we have just standard quads now reintroduced, and it also removed Trios Classic, which was only around for a handful of days. So to me, kind of interesting that that one did go away so fast, but that's changes no less here with that one. But other than that, nothing on the Warzone side of things. Now, it is possible maybe we do see something added in the way of MP or Warzone. We've seen the last couple of weeks that Fridays do offer up some sort of playlist update in a smaller capacity, but that's still yet to be determined. But anyways, jumping over to the shop, the other stuff that was visibly changed to at this, we ended up getting 2 featured bundles out of this week's update. Firstly, we saw the Tracer Pack Purple for 1,600 COD points that comes along with the Prototype Alpha Growl 556 variant, the Prototype Omega MP7 variant, the Stinging Nettle Melee, the Stabby Crabby Charm, and the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot calling card. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, this one is definitely worth it, at least in my books. This is the first featured item in a long time that I've actually been like, yeah, I really need to pick this one up. The Growl is, I think, one of the best guns in the game, period, but kitted with the attachments like the Nexus Barrel, the 50-round mag, and the Cronin Sniper Elite Grip, you're already on your way to a very solid build here with the Growl 556 just out of that base. Get rid of the Tac Laser and the Canted Hybrid Optic, toss on a Monolithic Suppressor and a Commando foregrip, and maybe change out the Nexus for the Archangel, and bam, you have my preferred zero recoil Growl loadout that shoots purple bullets on top of that and has a really cool contrasting camo. The MP7 is similar, though not as much in terms of the useful default build for Warzone engagements, though it is still very good for MP. So this one I think is actually a worthwhile bundle here, and again, not being priced at 2,400 COD points like recent featured items, that's a win to me. But anyways, the other featured item added in was the Lumber Tactical for 2,000 COD points, in which it comes with the Bunyan Rain skin, the Sawblade M91, the Loggerhead 725, the Tall Tale Melee, which looks to be that hatchet that was discovered in the files a while ago, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be its own standard melee weapon like people thought, but instead is just a melee blueprint of it, the Chip Shot finishing move, the Damn Shame Quip, the Valor Reigns emblem, the Mighty Blowback calling card, and the Babe Charm. That comes along for 2,000 COD points once again, and is the lesser of the two worthwhile ones in my books here, but again, that's totally up to you. But other than that, that is the update that changed everything here today and what we see on offer for Modern Warfare, which realistically is again going quiet into that good night for Season 3. But that also gives us a little bit more clarity on some stuff still to come and when we may be able to anticipate that with Season 4's launch. The 2 big things that were talked about within Season 3 thus far that we haven't really seen come to fruition, at least in my mind, come down to duos and the Mastery calling cards. Of course, we already saw things like the Galil teased for Season 4, Price teased for Season 4, maybe the RCXD as a field order or field upgrade. We'll have to see how that kind of stuff works out, but duos was something that at the very beginning of Season 3 was teased or maybe inadvertently teased on the Call of Duty website talking about Season 3. Since then, we haven't seen any mention of it. We haven't seen any even official mention from Infinity Ward's side of things that points to duos coming. And it's been one of those things that players have been wondering, well, where is it for, again, the entire duration of Season 3. Mastery calling cards were also something that were theorized to be coming within Season 3, though they were told that they'd be later on than just, say, the Gunsmith Customs that we got at the beginning of the season as well. But I don't think people were expecting it to be a full season later, but it looks like both of these may be coming within next season. Duos potentially being a launch mode here, and Mastery calling cards being something that is thrown in the mix for more grind-worthy content in the upcoming and foreseeable future. But other than that, just a quieter week it seems, though still giving us plenty of time to finish up our Season 3 items, our rank in terms of hitting 155 and getting that Fugitive Scar, completing our Battle Pass and getting those Tier 100 rewards and everything that goes along with that up until then, and of course our Officer Challenges as well. Curiously, there still is no word on if there will be a double XP event or anything just yet happening over the weekend. Kind of thought we'd get some word or some mention of it, so maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. I'm kind of hoping we do see something. We just saw the tier sale end today, so that's something that is gone and past at this point. But for those that still have a little bit left on what they need to complete for Season 3, that is something that would be very nice to see return. But other than that, I think that is where we're at here at this, and that is everything that we've seen within this update today and everything that we can talk about for this upcoming week. So that said, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this here? Are you liking the playlist updates here with it? Are you liking any of the shop items? And is there anything in particular that you're hoping to see within next week's update for Season 4? Like I said, at this point, I'm kind of expecting the big launch mode for Warzone to be duos. As for anything else that comes along with that, we'll have to wait and see. One of the Chamber also is curiously missing from the update, so maybe that's in Season 4 also with next week's update. But whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare, updates, news, information, tips, tricks, all that good stuff. We got you covered here on the channel. So if any of that interests you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, there's the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically live on both those. So you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. But let's get out of the way. Thank you guys all so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.